Let me guess, you signed up for every free lead magnet and binged on every marketing YouTube video and thought, what am I missing? Why isn't my business exploding like that? Well, I can tell you, you're not alone. Whether you're just getting started or have an established business, entrepreneurship can be really lonely. But it doesn't have to be. Overcoming your fear of launching or building your personal brand or figuring out how to scale, it shouldn't be holding you back. It should be empowering you. On this podcast, we're going to deep dive into the mechanics of what it takes to build your brand, make your mark, and stake your claim in the digital marketing space. I'll be chatting with people from all walks of life and stages in their careers. I will be getting inspiration from real experts who will share their actual strategies and techniques to grow loyal and raving followings and sell more stuff. This is entrepreneurship from people who are already there making it happen. My name is Jeff Mendelson. Join me and welcome to the One Big Tip podcast. Hello, my name is Jeff Mendelson, and this is the One Big Tip podcast. So today I have Sarah Noked, who is the founder of Sarah Noked OBM, an online business management agency where she empowers entrepreneurs and creatives in all stages of business to grow a thriving online business. Sarah works out of her home in Israel, helping entrepreneurs plan and delegate, implement the right systems, unite virtual teams across the globe, and grow profits to achieve their goals. As one of just 3 certified OBM trainers around the world, Sarah shares her passion for online business management through training and certification courses to empower and educate VAs, virtual assistants, and OBMs worldwide. Welcome to the show, Sarah.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. So not many people know this, but you and I have worked together for a few years.
That's right.
And I can actually credit you with
being kick-ass.
Yeah, being kick-ass, right? And getting my butt in gear, right?
Yeah.
Actually helping me learn the value of systems and of processes and SOPs.
Well, you just took my one big tip.
No, you're going to go into it. I don't want to steal your thunder, but I just want to put out there that you were instrumental to making me awesome. And I think you're awesome because of it. So.
Oh, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
I mean, I cannot take that credit, but I appreciate that.
So why don't we start out? Tell me a little bit about introduce yourself and what makes you awesome.
Yeah, well, okay. So my name is Sarah Noked, as you've mentioned. I am a certified online business manager. And over the last almost 10 years, I started off as a virtual assistant, basically doing tasks for clients. And then I became a certified online business manager, which meant that I was just stepping into a bigger role with clients, managing bigger online businesses. Some businesses were even making $1 million and plus in revenue. And over the last 2 years, I have been solely focused on helping other women, some men, but mostly women, also become online business managers, because I just see that there is such a need in the marketplace, and it's in its infancy, and it's continuing to grow. So that's what my main focus has been on, just helping women pretty much figure out how to make a lucrative career online, usually through transferable skills that they usually developed in their corporate life, or being a mom, or having, looking after their house, or what have you. So it's been a really wonderful journey for me over the last few years.
Awesome. So you're not necessarily working with businesses anymore. You're working more in training. In bringing established or newly minted virtual assistants to the OBM level of serving clients.
Yeah, they're mostly established VAs, but then there's a lot of people that come into the program that have no VA experience. They're usually coming at it from, maybe they've been a project manager in corporate, or maybe they've been a personal assistant in corporate. Like I just spoke with someone before this call who literally had been a personal assistant for clients that were making millions and millions. She's like, oh, I had an event, a budget for an event I was just $1 million. And I was like, what? Like, seriously? So I find that a lot of people just have so many skills that they're sitting on that can really be leveraged online. Um, and of course, newly minted VAs that, I wasn't a VA for very long. Like, I was a VA for long enough to know that I wasn't a very good VA, and I didn't really like the task piece of it. I liked the big picture. So I'm very much of a big picture thinker. And I think that's what makes me awesome, is that I just love the big picture.
Amazing. So let's just zoom out here for a minute. Quick sidebar. How would you define a VA, a virtual assistant, and how does that
Yeah.
contrast with an online business manager?
Yeah, that's a good distinction. So a virtual assistant is more of an implementer or a doer. They are managing, or they are completing the day-to-day tasks. They could be scheduling an email broadcast. They could be updating social media. They're like the task-oriented people, whereas an OBM is more of the overseer of team and project planning in the big picture with the entrepreneur. And then the other key distinction that I will make is that whereas every business, in my experience, needs a VA, not every business needs an OBM. So typically the businesses that need OBMs are usually making between 10 to 20,000 in revenue in a month or more. The sweet spot is more around 20 to 30,000 a month in revenue. So I feel like once you've hit, 6 figures confidently, then it's perhaps time to delegate the day-to-day operations management. So someone comes in and manages your team, and then the business owner can focus on, leveraging and scaling, which might be creating a new product or doing sales or marketing conversations, like things that only the business owner can do.
Wow. Okay, cool. Amazing.
Yeah.
What advice would you give someone who wants to start out to become an OBM, whether it's certified or just call themselves an OBM to get started?
Honestly, like, this advice, I mean, I sometimes get backlash, but I'm going to say you need to fake it to make it. Like, that's been my mantra all these years. I mean, I don't care. Like, some people are so turned off by that. And some people are like, you know what? Yeah, like, I mean, I can see how it's like that, but you just have to really, and when I say fake it to make it, like, it's more about being like embracing technology and not being a techophobe, or embracing that there is a learning curve and not being too hard on yourself. So I've always been a learner. I'm always learning something. Like I had mentioned to you earlier, I'm learning Hebrew now again for the 10th time. Like, I'm always like student for life. That's sort of been what it's all about for me. And I think that sort of resilience and attitude has gotten me where I am now. And also not being afraid to ask for things, like calling in. I mean, I'm not much of a woo-woo kind of person, but I really do believe in the law of attraction. And I think if you are as focused and concentrated on what you want in life, there's no reason why you can't get it. I mean, especially in the world we live in. Like, I'm lucky to be a woman in today's day, that I can do pretty much whatever I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Wow,
So,
that's amazing. So our audience doesn't know this, but a couple of years ago, we went to the shuk, to the market, to go order
yes.
hummus. And I think I had to order it for you, no? So,
No.
now you're going to be able to order it. So that's all right. So that's going to be fun.
Whatever.
Right. All right. So let me.
Yeah, I know. I'm still a woman living in the Middle East. Let's be honest. I said to Shachar, my husband, yesterday, I was like, you are such a damn Middle Eastern man. Like, how did I marry this Middle Eastern man?
How did he pluck you out of the suburbs?
I don't know.
Of
I don't
Toronto?
know. Out of yeah.
That's amazing. So let's get to the meat of it. What is the one big tip? I know I stole a little bit of your thunder, but
Yeah, you did.
Here's where you're gonna rock everyone's world. What is the one big tip that you would give that you would tell somebody that you're going to share with us today, that is going to be that one thing that could help propel their business from step one all the way up to the top?
Yeah, yeah. So my one big tip is, you need to scale your business with team. I mean, Jeff, you and I are very familiar with this, but that is my really big tip, is focus on bringing the right team members on. And in order to do that successfully, here's the second iteration of my big tip. You need systems. So everybody has systems in their business. Like, it's not like you're pulling these systems out of thin air. Like, they are there, whether they are incomplete or half-assed or imperfect, they are the systems of your business. And so as an online business manager, like when I come across a client, usually the systems are in their head, and your team can't access the systems that are in your head. Your team cannot improve them so that you can further scale your business. So my big tip would be start to document your systems. And I've got a really juicy SOP template that they can download at sarahnokedcom/one big tip. So that's one word, one big tip. And they can download an SOP template, because I firmly believe that systems have set me free. Systems have allowed me to have flexibility and bring on the right team members. And also too, what I will say about team, this is just another little side note, is hire before you think you need a team member. Bring on a virtual assistant. Like, I said it earlier, every business needs a virtual assistant. So you better that you bring on somebody, even if it's for like 5 hours a month, that starts to help you document those systems. And it could be as easily as, opening Loom, which is a great resource. If you're not familiar with it, Loom is a screencast tool that you can just literally screencast what you're working on. You might be walking through somebody. Okay, here's how we onboard a new client. I'm going to spend the next half an hour walking you through these steps, because that's usually how long it takes, right? Like, to properly onboard somebody. And then when you're done shooting the Loom screencast, it gives you a little URL that you could send to a team member with this SOP template and say, okay, here, now I need you to like get some of these pieces documented so that you can do it next time. You can onboard and offboard or whatever these systems are in your business. So, systems will set you free. That's my big tip.
Amazing. I'm totally blown away. And let me tell you, it really is the one thing that I credit, propelling my business and allowing me to change my lifestyle. Like, as I was telling you before the show, this week I'm in New York, mainly because I can.
Yeah.
Right. And that, I didn't have anywhere else to be, and my girlfriend was presenting. So it was like, okay, come on up over here and just work from a WeWork. And, I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't have that kind of freedom and those processes in place where I could go to sleep at night knowing that things are getting done and they'll be done in the morning.
Yeah. And according to like your way of doing things and in a very sustainable way. Because, the successful businesses that I've worked in are founded on clear ways of doing things, not just like fluff. So, and those business owners are the ones that are scale and are really successful, are the ones that have their systems streamlined. So the other thing that I will add is when you start to document your systems and you actually spend some time, and like, people will avoid this at all costs. And I think I know why. I think it's because when you are using that part of your brain that takes up a lot of energy, like, I feel like we have a good like 2 hours a day of like really focused, dedicated work. Like,
God,
those are the hours you need to use to create systems. Me that had that problem. No, everyone. Yeah. So, you like, it really does take time and dedication to build out these systems in your business, but then it's so fruitful, and it's like the gift that keeps on giving, right? Gives you freedom, gives you the power to focus on what you really love in your business and not all the noise and, BS, right?
That's amazing. Wow. Thank you so much for that. So let me ask something. So as amazing as you are, right?
Yeah.
Who do you look up to? Who's your superhero?
Oh God. I was thinking about this. I will tell you who my current fling is, right? Because I feel like this changes all the time. Okay. I totally geek out on Amy Porterfield. Like, I love Amy Porterfield. She's been in this
industry for a while now.
She has been. Yeah. She's been in the industry for, 10 years, more than 10 years. A good 10 years successfully in this industry. But one of the things that I, as someone who sells training products and, is part of those sort of online product space, I just love how she does her whole webinar and evergreen product stuff. And I just totally
Mhm.
geek out on her funnels, honestly, and everything Amy Porterfield and just how she shows up. Because the thing I like about her is that, one of the things I personally have a problem with is being too, like, I want to say flamboyant online, to like, I don't like to, um, I mean, I show my kids, I have pictures of my kids, but it's not natural for me to put myself out there.
Mhm.
And I really feel like when she puts herself out there, she does it in a way that's very like curated, like it's about providing value to her um, people and not about like being like this Instagram, look how perfect my life is. Like it doesn't feel like that with her. It feels like she's just providing value. So, I mean, I love her. I love Marie Forleo. I love what's his name? Funnel hacker guy. What's his name?
Russell Brunson.
Russell Brunson. I love because I love webinars. I love the whole funnel thing. Anyone that does funnels is a friend of mine.
Nice.
That being said, I don't
It's easy to win you
use
over then.
ClickFunnels. I don't use ClickFunnels, right? It's not like I use his programs, but I love what these people teach. I think that it really has stood the test of time. And then Jeff Walker, profit launch formula. I love that. I like totally geek out on that kind of stuff.
You know what's
And then of
interesting?
course Ryan Dice, right? Ryan
Mhm.
Dice, big. Are you going to be in San Diego this April?
I'm working on that.
All right.
That's actually my next step. No, it's interesting. All those people that you mentioned, they are the non-flashy people that give trainings and webinars and things like
Yeah.
that, because there are a plethora of other personalities that teach basically the same thing. I mean, not to knock them in any way, but it's much more flamboyant. It's next to either rented or owned Lamborghinis or big houses and things like
Yeah. And I
that.
don't,
And everyone
that's
that you mentioned does not do that. Like, you don't see Amy Porterfield's car, you don't see
no,
Russell Brunson's car, right?
right.
And
I
that's
feel like it's really douchey to be like that, like, here's what
great.
I've gotten, here's what you want. And I just like, it doesn't resonate with me. So, and I feel like sometimes we're, being in the digital space, I feel sometimes like I need to kind of, show my kids, show that I'm this working mom, show that I, working from all over the place. And I don't know, it just doesn't feel right somehow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Sarah, why don't you tell the audience where we can find you,
Yes.
how they can get in touch, how they can get access to some of your programs, get on your list, into your sales funnel,
Yeah,
and
totally.
how you can help rock their world as much as you've rocked mine.
Yeah. So the best place to find me is obviously in the interwebs and pretty much any social media platform. But
Mhm.
the place that I have a special place for your people is over at sarahnokedcom/one big tip. That's all one word. Uh, one big tip. So they can head over there.
Mhm.
Um, and I would say that, if it's somebody looking for an OBM or a VA, like I've also got a funnel set up to get you, in front of the right people to work with quality, dependable people in the online space. And, if your listeners are interested in learning more about becoming certified OBMs, they can head over to um, obmcertification.com to learn all about the program. And yeah, thanks so much for having me on, Jeff. It was a lot of fun.
You have been amazing. Thank you so much for dropping all these value bombs here. Um, yeah, this has really been wonderful. Thank you for the time, Sarah.
Thanks, Jeff.